There we go.
What's up, Bearded Gearheads? What's everybody doing tonight? As you can see, we got us a new gearhead tonight.
A gearhead.
Welcome.
Thank you, man. Hey, I just want to say it's appreciative to be even, you even contemplating putting me on your channel, and you got you a crowd in here.
Well, come on, man. You drew the crowd. I'm just here as the host, so I appreciate you coming on and blessing us all with being here. And you've been in this community a long time. Your knowledge is second to none. It's good to have you, man. I've always enjoyed listening to you, talking to you. You just always had this attitude where, I'm just going to be me. I'm not going to try to please people. I used to watch your streams forever ago and laugh my ass off. So
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
You might get lucky. I may take my shirt off for you. You never know.
Hey, do it, man. Do it. I know you got a Yoo-hoo back there somewhere.
Actually, I traded the Yoo-hoo in tonight because they didn't have any, and I got me a root beer. So
that'll work.
I got me a root beer. Brian says Braves won, Mavs won, Mo's on the horsepower hour. It's a great Saturday, my bearded brothers. I 100% agree with you, sir.
How about that?
What's up, Daniel the Apprentice? How you doing, Barkers? Bruce City Bearded Wolf, Isaac. Well, you got you a crowd in here, man.
Yeah, a little bit, man. I'm telling you, you drew the attention. You like Phil Mickelson winning leading the PGA Championship today. 50-year-old. How about that?
Hey, I'm just a Tic Tac inside of a Tic Tac can or bottle or whatever they are.
And guys, a little bit, Tyson's going to join us from Copper John, so stick around for that. That'll be fun. And listen, guys, you can see it at the bottom of the screen, but tonight only, well, it's actually 24-hour code. If you use Shark 15, you save 25% on everything Copper John's, probably except his apparel. But you need to go check out some things. He's got that new wash going on. Man, some of the coolest candles. I always order a candle if somebody's got something to offer for my wife. And I picked up this candle from Copper John's.
I gotta try it. Yeah,
man. It's a wooden wick with a wood top, and it's engraved. It's just really cool. And so when my beard mail came in, my wife wasn't as pissed off because she had her little something.
Yeah. So how does that work? Obviously, I'm not married, but I do have a girlfriend, and we're close enough where we talk about things and stuff like that. But I haven't got to that point yet where she's like, "Why are you getting so much beard products?" So I haven't hit that zone yet. So yeah, what is it like?
So I'll tell you what I do. Thank God for Shop and all these apps that track your packages. I come home in the middle of the day. I only work 3 miles from here, thank goodness. So I come home and get my packages before she sees them. So I can hide a lot of it. But when she walks in the office and she looks up on the wall and there's 1,000 bottles, she gets a little confused to how they all got here. So yeah, it's man, it's always easier to ask forgiveness than permission. And she's pretty good about it. She's the one that told me to grow it long. I used to have a facial beard, kind of about your size, a business beard. And she's the one that encouraged me to grow it long. So she's been supportive. She loves smells and essential oils. So it kind of just works out. Every $5 I spend, she spends 15. So,
Right. It's easier to explain, oh, well, a company sent something to me for me to do a review versus, well, it was on sale. I only spent like $50 on a couple of combos.
Right.
So
well, I can't tell you how many times I've said, well, this is only $15 or such and such sent it to me because they want me to check it out and tell them what I think about it, and
right.
Even when I paid for it, I always say that. So hopefully she's not listening, by the way.
Yeah, we can't give away your secrets, your tips and tricks on how to buy beard products.
Yeah. And look, Mo, I appreciate you reaching out to me about a truck, and that's not why you're on here. We decided to do this before you started talking trucks with me. But, guys, if you ever need any help, just give me a call. I love to do it. I love to help guys save money and just talk. Like, I don't think I've once pushed Mo and just say, hey, man, buy a truck from me. I don't like being a salesman and acting like one. So I'm just really an information technology. I mean, I'm just there to, like an encyclopedia in the car business. I just want to give you the information and let you do with it what you want. So reach out to me. I love to talk about it.
And I got to say this for the people that are in here. Look, I haven't even bought anything from him yet, and he's the best car salesman or car guru, however you want to say it, I've ever talked to. He just makes it so easy. He answers so many questions, and he just breaks it down in dummy forms, tells you like, oh, you don't need this, you're wasting your money. No, get this because you're going to need it because of value. And just like, I don't feel like I'm getting like ripped off or anything like that. So Keith, seriously, man, for everything that you've answered for me, I appreciate you. I'm so glad that I messaged you. It
Yeah,
turned
man,
into a friendship. So one thing led to a friendship. So that's really good.
that's it, man. And oh, Copper Johns, what's up, man?
Oh, there's Tyson in there. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate it. It's amazing how little things like that happened, and that's what the beer community is all about, man. You never know when a guy sitting on the other side of a screen somewhere could be your best friend, or you can end up having some kind of mutual, you know, common interest or something. So don't be scared to reach out to guys, man. You never know what's on the other side.
That's true. I agree. And let's just take 1 second real quick. We got people in here, and I just want to say, how beautiful is this? How beautiful is this? We were told, communities made it feel like there's got to be a division. There's got to be two different, worlds, and it doesn't have to be. We got two amazing people here, two different kind of style contents, and we're on live together. And I see people in here that I'm familiar with, and I see people that I'm not familiar with, and I'm making new friends. So I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful for the people that want to see, peace, like the Middle East. People want to see peace in the Middle East. At the end of the day, this is one world. This is one community. This is beard products, guys, and making new friends is just what it's about. And I'm thankful for this moment right now. I'm like super stoked. I haven't been this stoked to be on a live stream in a long time.
Me too, man. I think that's well said. I think there's too much of that going on right now in the community, and I've been in this community now about 3.5, 4 years, and just kind of started. And I think that's kind of normal when you get a bigger group of people and you get different personalities. But the biggest thing is if we're all in it for the right reasons, we're all in it to help each other. All about when I think about the first time I watched one of your reviews. And many guys, Dan's and a bunch of them, my goal as a watcher was I want to figure out what's out there that I'm missing that I can get my hands on and enjoy. And it wasn't about making a dollar back then. It was just all about helping each other and so forth. And I think that there's still a lot of that goes on. I don't think that's stopped, but I just think we all need to step back sometimes and realize that that's what it's about. It's about the community, helping one another, developing friendships that you would never otherwise developed, and learning this new, all about beard companies and beard oils. It's just fun. I love it. To me, to be honest with you, I don't have a hobby. This is my hobby, and I do it because I'm passionate about it. I enjoy it, and I don't get interaction with people otherwise except for work, because I work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. I come home. I got my family, of course, but they can only deal with me so much. So, seriously, this is my hobby. This is like my golf, my hunting, whatever you want to call it. And there's just no room for all that bickering back and forth. And he said, she said, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to do this, was to show everybody, hey, there is no division. The only division's in this screen right here. Otherwise, I'd give him a high five if I could. I'd rub his head if I could. Scratch his old beard, but
Russ, it's the Brio, not the Manscaped. I actually like the Manscaped. No, man, I'll be honest with you, and I haven't said this on camera. Like, it got to the point where I wasn't having fun anymore, and I was like, this isn't fun. There's like, I have people messaging me and saying, I want to try this company, but I'm afraid this company is going to be mad at me, or I want to watch this person because I like their content, but I know that I'm friends with such and such, and I don't want them to be mad at me. And me, and it's my fault. It's nobody's fault whatsoever. Nobody pressured me or anything like that. I got myself involved, and I got myself in the middle, and I'm just like, this isn't fun to me no more. Like, I didn't want to, like, I would put off doing a review because I'm like, this isn't fun to me anymore. I don't want to do this. Like, like there's too many of a division, like, you know. And
Yeah.
then finally I woke up one day and I'm like, you know, if I can control anything, I can control what my viewership sees and what I do and what I want to do. And that's when I was like, this has got to stop, you know, on my end at least, because I can only hold myself accountable, right?
Yeah.
You know, I can't sit here and convince you or anybody else. And I'm like, going forward, like my channel, you know, if I ever made anybody feel like that they're not welcome on my channel, like that's going to stop, because I came here to have fun and I lost that along the way. And then I had to find that back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we talk about this all the time in everyday life, but if you think about it, a natural instinct of a man, even a woman, is to defend your friend when something happens, defend your family. And a lot of that goes on. And most of the time it's a misunderstanding. Like if something happens where it's usually some kind of lost in translation where he said, she said, it gets on down the line. You know how you know the story where you whisper in somebody's ear and by the time it gets to the fifth person, how big it's changed. And so much of that goes on. And I think what happens is, you know, we don't reach out to somebody individually. You know, if you hear something or if you have a problem, just reach out to the people. Don't block them. Don't say, well, if I'm going to shun you if you don't, if you watch their channel, or I'm going to shun you if you support that person or if you buy from that company. That's, to me, just silly. And I don't think any of us need to be that way. I don't care who you buy from. I talk about all the time. There are many beard oils that don't work for me that I know work for Mo, that work for other guys.
Right.
I'm not going to bash it. I'm just going to say, hey, for whatever reason, I'm going to try to figure out what that reason is. I'm going to try to share that reason as to why it doesn't work for me. That way, if you're similar and we've got some common, you know, oils that work or don't work, then you're going to know not to buy that brand, or be careful. Don't buy $200 worth, just buy a bottle and check it out. So,
right.
You know, that's what it's about. And, you know, today I watched one of your reviews, and I was trying to figure out which scent I wanted to buy from, oh man, what's the name of the company? After Hours is the scent profile, Define Beard Co.
Define Beard Company. Right.
And you, one of the scents, you were like, I'll be honest with you, I don't like it. And I was like, you know what? That's what it should be like. And it was the lavender scent. You don't like lavender?
The lavender one. It just didn't work out for me.
But I'm the same way. I don't like lavender, and I didn't buy that scent because I didn't realize it was going to be that predominantly lavender, and I don't like it either. So, you know, that's what reviews are supposed to be about. And, you know, you're an affiliate with Defined, but you were honest. So there's nothing wrong with being an affiliate.
It doesn't do me no justice and no good for me to sit there and say, get this scent, I absolutely love it, when I don't. I mean, does that make sense? Like,
right.
You know, I don't. Like, I'm gonna my scent profiles, my shark senses are different than yours.
Yeah.
So, you know, people may watch my video on, hypothetically speaking, Copper Tyson, you know, Copper John's not Copper Tyson, and I may say, which it is, Nightfall's my favorite scent from them. But they may watch from you, and you may say Lost Creek is your favorite scent.
Yeah.
And with our description, they can determine which one they want to go with.
Absolutely.
You know, that's why I'm like, you know, people ask me all the time, do you not get so annoyed with so many reviewers out there? No, not at all. It gives me a break whenever I want to go a week without making reviews. I know there's other content for other people to watch, and too many opinions is not enough opinions. So, you know, that's the way I feel about it.
Different perspective on different things is a good thing. And I think we just need to be all more accepting about it. And, you know, just let everybody do their thing and support them. It doesn't mean you have to agree with them. Just don't bash them. Let them do their thing. You know, don't try to overcorrect people if they say something wrong. You know, let's just don't be teenage girls, be a group of men, and get along. And I think that's it's easy to do.
Rob Acker said Tyson honeydew list is as long as that.
Yeah.
No,
Tyson
man.
went fishing today. Did you catch anything, Tyson? I'm curious to hear if you caught anything, or if did your wife outfish you?
And speaking of Copper Johns, you know, 25% off, guys, tonight. And it was not my idea one bit. It was Keith's idea to use my code. I'm like, use your code. And he's like, no, I'm using your code. And then Tyson was like, you know what? For the stream for 24 hours, we're going to do 25% off. So, guys, 25% off. You can get the Gray Beard Oil Series, the amazing new wash, the regular stuff, the candles, whatever you want to get from Copper John's, 25% off for 24 hours.
And speaking of that, let me tell you something, guys. This is his new scent in the new blend, the Grays blend. And I'm going to guess this is Polly's because I don't think it's Polly's. So Polly's. I think I read something one time or watched Tyson. I think he had a grandfather named Polly, or I think he had a name. His nickname was Polly. And that's where the scent came from. This to me, and I really like Nightfall. It's always been one of my favorite from Copper John's. And look, just anybody who's out there wondering, I got them all. There's not a scent I don't have. I got Ken Bluegrass's collab. I've got Lake Town. I've got some of his old scents. I don't even know if he carries anymore. Angler's Code. I've always liked it real well too. But this by far is my favorite.
Which one?
This is Polly's.
See, I pronounce it Polly's, but you know, I probably need at 33. I still probably need Hooked on Phonics. So
I think it is 9 times out of 10 it would be Polly's. I read something, or either I heard Tyson talk about it, and Polly's was his grandfather's nickname. Tyson, am I right? I swear I remember that.
I would go with your answer before mine when it comes to like reading and pronouncing words, because one, I'm Southern, two, I can't pronounce half the stuff I see anyways. So,
buddy, I'm in Alabama. I'm just as Southern as you. You're in Florida, but Florida's
you're in Alabama. Hey, by the way, go Dogs. Go Dogs.
No, now we're going to start fighting. I love these teardrop droppers too.
They're those are pretty cool. I've seen only a couple companies do that. The teardrop, and I call them teardrop too. So
I don't know what they're called. I call them teardrop.
Yeah.
But this scent profile, guys, if you like a sophisticated cologne, it's almost like an uptown barbershop cologne.
You know, I was thinking the same thing when I was describing and stuff like that. I wanted to call it a barbershop, but then I didn't, because I was like, people are gonna think it's like a talcum powder kind of thing. But
no powder at all.
It has that vibe to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just get a uptown, upscale, sophisticated, distinguished gentleman barbershop cologne. And to me, it's a good for me because I business every day and have people in and out of my office. I can't wear something that smells like a cupcake or something like that. And these are type scents I wear, but I don't like it to be overpowering where I get a headache and just can't stand it. And this is just perfect. It's not loud. It's not obnoxious. It's just really, really clean and sophisticated. It's a lot like Businessman, believe it or not. If you like my collab, it's very similar without the sweetness. But it's got a little bit of sweetness with that cherry almond, which I was worried about, but I mean, it just set it off perfectly. If I had a guess, that was probably Dan's doing. Dan loves sweetness, and it made this profile perfect.
Tailored Beard Company is in here, right?
Yeah, Taylor's in here.
I want to see the Horsepower collab to come back around one more time.
Yeah, me too, man. I heard that again today, and everybody messaged me, talked about it, and he'll do it again. And I've told him, I just wish he released the scent. He didn't have to do it with me, because I think the scent is underappreciated for how great it smells. Most people hear peach and they get scared. They're like, oh my God, peach. I've smelled too many of them that are rotten and just weird. That's a hard scent. But you don't smell the peach at all. And he just did an amazing job.
Hey, I like peach cobbler. So if anybody says anything about peach, that's the first thing that goes in my mind. I'm like, it's either going to smell like Crown Royal peach, or it's going to smell like peach cobbler. And I'm like, I like both. So, I typically always go with the peach scents. And, I'm kind of bummed out that I missed out on this scent collab that you had with him, because it sounds amazing, actually.
It really is, man. I appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, that's good, man. Thanks, Tyson. I'm glad my sniffer's working, because that's what I get from it.
I said it was a cologne scent. I was like, to me, it's like a soapy cologne scent. I wanted to say barbershop on camera, but then I was like, people are going to think it's talcum powderish and all that, but it's not. It does have a barbershop, like a new age, new millennium barbershop scent.
Yeah.
And then the other one, Skipper, it smells like a flat Sprite to me, which I absolutely love. That's what it smells like to me. And I love those kind of anything that's like Sprite-ish or ginger ale-ish, sign me up for it.
And look, his new daily conditioning wash, I'm going to tell you something. And I've been on this wash kick, and we've talked about washes and co-washes and, you know, stripping washes for the last 6 weeks. And I'm going to sit here and hate to tell y'all go buy another one because I've recommended so many of them lately that I've absolutely loved. But you got to understand, I've been buying, I've probably bought 50 or 60 in the last couple of months because I've just been trying to find the perfect wash for me. This one here, if you like a sudsy, sure enough, and it's not a stripping sudsy, but if you like to sud your beard up and clean it, if you work outside, this is for you. And it leaves your beard feeling great, soft afterwards. It doesn't give you that stripping dry feel. Really, really good wash. I would say more about it, but I've only used it twice.
Oh, it's amazing wash.
I think it's top 3 definitely. And I would claim it to be top 1, but I just want to use it a couple more times before I claim that. But it's definitely worth being on the shelf or in the shower. I promise you.
Joe or Kyle said, I love the strip, ... I love the strip too. Shit, let's do this. I'm kidding. Hey, fins only. You got to be a member. But
that's right.
I had someone really message me and say, hey, you know, how do I sign up for fins only? I'm like, you calm down. It's a joke. But no, his wash is absolutely amazing. And I do weird stuff whenever I test out beard washes. You know, even though they say beard washes, I put it on my head, I put it on my face, because the skin on my face is the same thing that's the skin underneath my beard, you know. So like I want to see if it's super drying or not. And also like I put like beeswax in there. Like I put like a bunch of beeswax in there to see if it's gonna take it out. Honey, I put honey in there. So I mean, like I do some stuff to try, like test out like soap bars and washes and stuff like that. This is not a stripping wash, and it does a really good job on cleaning your beard. This year is going to be super tough doing my wash videos because there's so many amazing washes that came out this year. Like I'm eager to see who's going to take my top spot.
There really are, man. I think it's just become more popular, and I was talking about this the other day. I think a lot has to do with, man, we're about 4 years really into this community, and it really growing and taking off, and beards are getting longer on average. There's still, if you look around, like I go to the grocery store, man, and there's 5 guys with long beards like mine. Used to, I'd see one every week at best. And, so I just think people are paying more attention to it and, wanting something that leaves their beard feeling clean, but not totally stripped, in that strip feeling. And owners are doing a great job with changing up blends. I just think we're at that point in the community where things are changing and in a good way. It's a good time to be in it. It's a good time to be growing a beard and so forth. Chris, I totally agree. I don't know who's behind those fake accounts. I think there's 2 of them now that I've seen, but I definitely think they need to stop. Either come out, reveal yourself and be a man, or, just
what in here?
Delete the account and start over.
There's a comment in here that's fake, that's trying to stir stuff.
No. He was saying there's 2 Instagram accounts, I believe now, that are fake, that are trying to stir crap up and bring up stuff from the past or just keep people riled up. And I think he was just basically saying, that stuff's going to have to stop if this community wants to, all the fences to be rebuilt. And I agree. I don't think there's a room for any of that.
I used to follow them because I wanted to see what they'd say. At the end of the day, I unfollowed them, and I'm just like, hey, if you don't show them attention, they got nothing to feed on. I would love for them to share this right here, a positivity, instead of trying to find something negative to put on those fake accounts. Share this. If you're in here, share this. Show how we combine what's supposed to be a divided community into one tonight. Share this.
I agree. Beard Talk, Chris. The fake accounts are easy to ignore them. I agree, man. Just sticks and stones will break my bones. Words will never hurt me. So, and you know, look, if you don't, it's just like anything else in the world. If the news people give something attention that's negative all the time, then it grows into being something else. And you know, just don't give them attention. It's kind of like people that go on shooting sprees and stuff. That's why they do it. They want the attention. That's what they're striving. So just don't talk about them. Just ignore it. Don't let what they're saying bother you, and just move on. You know, just.
I got you, Daniel. Yeah, man, it's just like a child. They know if they say I want ice cream and you tell them no, and they cry and you cave in and say, okay, I'm gonna give you ice cream. They're gonna they're gonna cry every time you say no, because they know they get what they want. So if you show them attention and talk about them, you know, that's just giving them what they want, the satisfaction.
Yep. I totally agree.
Metal Guy said, just to prove people can bound, Mo and myself for combining his OnlyFans and Chubby Hubby.
That's funny.
Oh, you wild, Steven. But guys, anyways, for the people that are here, if this is your first time, do me a huge favor. Stop what you're doing. Give this stream a thumbs up. And please subscribe to the Horsepowers YouTube channel right now. Or at the end of the stream, just make sure you subscribe. That's what I want out of this. I want him to be able to say, hey, I got new subscribers, because I want people to watch new channels. I mean, that's what I've been preaching the past couple of weeks is, hey, change the channel every now and then and see if you can find something else that you're interested in as well. So, I mean, we've got to change the channel and support everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And, you know, that's what it's all about, helping each other out. You know, I don't do this for the money. That's one of the reasons I didn't want to use a code. You know, I do it to help other people make money as far as owners. But the real reason I do it is I want to help people save money. I want to help people save money when they buy a vehicle. I want to help them save money from buying the wrong beard product for them. I want to help them find the right beard product by just saying what works for me. That doesn't mean I'm going to force it down your throat. That just means whatever I'm saying, I hope helps you. You know, and I'm going to always give my honest opinion about something. And
you got to watch out for the cousins in here. They said they just, you know, they may give you a thumbs up every now and then. And Joe, he may press you into getting like 3 Big Macs. You know, you just got to watch out for them.
I'll take a thumbs down, because what's the old saying about any publicity is good publicity? So, hey, yeah, I don't care.
I love the cousins. They're amazing.
They are.
Mo,
I saw Taylor said something about a peach scent earlier. I was trying to find it again because I didn't know he was releasing a new one.
Mo, please post your wash testing videos. I mean, I can do that if you guys want to see me put honey in my beard and wash it out and see. I didn't think anybody wanted to see that, but if you guys want to see it, that's fine. I mean,
hell yeah, I'd love to. I'd love finding little things like that work and testing things out that are abnormal.
I'll tell you the best way to find out if your beard wash works. Here's a nasty but a very effective way. And I've done it. And I've tried a couple of beard washes and it didn't work, but it may be just the scent itself. Take some mustard and put it in your beard. You know how mustard has that like strong pungent scent? If a beard wash, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, if a beard wash cannot get that scent out, then it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And I got a video coming out too, and this is going to sound crazy, but I washed my beard with Dial antibacterial soap for 30 days straight. So I got that video coming out soon as well. So
the weirdest thing I've ever done is I did this kick for about a week. I put mayonnaise in my beard because I read
work.
It does. It really does. Well, you can do an egg mask, but the mayonnaise is kind of the same thing, but you're not putting raw eggs in your beard. So you can leave it in overnight. Like mayonnaise, you can leave in overnight. Eggs, you can't. But it truly works.
Daniel, I'm sorry.
Only here can you say, Mo, please. Yeah, I agree. Certain people can get away with certain things. Oh, there he is. Peach, apricot, lemon, sweet tea, and bourbon. Oh, that's the one that's, is that the twisted? No, that's not twisted, is it? Yeah,
Mayo
it is.
mustard, is that a Southern thing? No, mustard is just, honestly, I just picked up mustard one day and I put it on a hot dog, and I was like, how in the hell do you get this scent out of the beard? And I was using a wash at the time, and I was like, okay, I washed it the first time, it didn't take it out. Washed it a second time, still smelt it. And then I had to use something else, and I used it, and I was like, it's gone. So I'm like, well, I guess I can say that, hey, this may work, but it may not fully clean your beard. But you know, that's how I justified that. I don't even know if it makes sense really, but it worked.
Pete, I got this in 2 days ago. Really, really good smell. I tell you, I got this scent profile, and wow, man, what's the other one I got?
What are you talking about?
T3. Have you tried Ohana?
T3. Hey, I ordered some T3. I ordered the Ohana scent with swag, and then I got some other stuff coming on the way too as well that I ordered. I haven't tried it, so I can't tell you guys if it's good. I haven't even smelt the one with the. I opened up the package and I realized I'm an idiot and I didn't even order butter, and so I was like, "How in the hell do I order products and not order butter?" So.
It's one of those scent profiles don't smell in bottle. I didn't really like it in bottle. I don't love coconut, and that it's got like a burnt coconut or something, and roasted coconut, I think, is kind of right off the top. But once that settles and it grows, it's a really, really nice scent. It's definitely not what you don't judge in the first couple seconds. Don't judge it in bottle. You got to get it out, let it air out, let it grow, let it change and do its thing.
Hey man, I like toasted. I like pina coladas, and when I went to a resort in Panama City, they put toasted coconut on the rim, and I swear that's the only reason why I ordered the pina coladas so I can eat the coconut. So,
yeah. I tell you what I did get from them that I was surprisingly just loved, and it's one of my favorite scents of theirs now. I did get the heavy whipped butter, which is really, really good. I'm not a huge butter fan anymore. I don't wear a lot of it, but that's got some wax in it. And their tobacco and oud 2-ounce heavy whipped butter is a full whipped butter that is really, really good. It's heavy and the way I like a butter, especially down here in the summer when it's hot. It's just one that can make it, I can't wear a lot of whipped butters down here in the summer just because of the humidity. They just won't hold up.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. But the scent profile, I want to try. Oh, the Little Havana cologne. Oh my gosh, man. Fire. Suede, pink pepper, tobacco flower, Australian sandalwood, and Tony Montana cologne. I ordered like 5 cents from them this week. That was by far my favorite. But I like colognes, but it was just unbelievable. Probably my favorite T3 scent.
Oh, T3. Okay. You know what? Like I've seen pink pepper in some some scent. Like what does it smell like?
You get a cologne. It's got a little suede kick to it, but the pink pepper you don't really smell. It just gives that profile a trying to kind of explain it. Just a little spice, kind of. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not overpowering peppery or anything.
Okay.
Oh, did you get it too, Scott? I loved it, man. Ooh, it was good.
3 heavy whip is the truth. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like honestly, I don't like. Is there like different categories of butters on T3?
Yeah, he's got a couple different styles. I think that's the only one. Matter of fact, I messaged him and said, "Hey, I placed another order." And I was like, can I please get everything in that heavy whipped because it is so good. But he does make a few different styles of butter. But I'm hoping right now in the summertime, that's all he's making. But he makes a lighter whipped it's a really good whipped butter if you like a light, airy whipped.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you the other one that I've ordered 4 times, that Tranquility butter, guys, phenomenal. I don't know if you've tried it.
Is that from T3?
It's a creamy butter. that's kind of an overnight tranquility. It's just a relaxing butter that's got citrus, ozone, rose, jasmine, apple, pear, greens, and coconut chestnut praline. But it's a refined shea, that yellow shea that kind of looks creamy.
Okay.
And it's so good, man. It's got refined shea, raw yellow shea, argan butter, hemp butter, jojoba, aloe butter, lanolin, rosehip oil, shea nut oil, Jamaican black castor, moringa oil, MCT, beeswax. I mean, it's just, I'm telling you, my beard loves it.
See, I stop like, because Georgia's not that far away from Alabama, and you know how here, especially here in Georgia, we don't get a spring and we don't get a fall. It just goes summer, and then next thing you know, we get a freeze warning that says make sure your faucets are dripping. So I start ordering whipped butters around November, and then I try to order whatever I want all the way until March, and then I'm done. Like after that, like poured butters, that's the only thing I wear. And then in the obviously from whatever I ordered, I wear whipped butters. For me, whipped butters are more beneficial for me during nighttime versus daytime. So me personally, I wear more beeswax-ish stuff in the summertime if I have my beard longer, because if not, my beard will get frizzy, man, and it's just, my beard is weird.
Yeah, mine's the same way in the summer. Down here with humidity, I need the extra weight. So I've got to either wear something with some wax in it or more of a heavier poured or heavy whipped. I just can't wear something light. I just get crazy, and my beard gets too light, and it just doesn't hang right. It's just hard to explain.
What are you wearing tonight?
Tonight I'm actually wearing that heavy whipped butter. I actually put it in when I got home.
Nice. I got I'm wearing, I figured since we're Copper John's sponsored this, I wore Nightfall tonight, which some people said it smells like one of the polos. To me, it smells like Tommy Hilfiger.
I would agree. I don't think it smells like the polos at all.
No, I get more of a Tommy Hilfiger vibe with this.
Yeah, I was thinking definitely more Tommy Hilfiger.
Like the original Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
With the clear bottle.
I never got that until you just said it, actually, because I was trying to figure out what in the heck it was.
What's everybody else in the chat
right.
not in beard?
Let's see what everybody's saying here. Beard Talk with Colin Joe said pink pepper helps to elevate other scents in the product with a tad of spice. Cool. I agree.
Okay.
I didn't know about it help elevating others, but it definitely is just a tad bit of spice.
Tiki said he's got a video on it. Okay.
Heavy whipped is awesome. E-Rock. I'm trying to catch up.
Peak CBD Blanco, Haterade, Skipper from Copper John. Skipper is an amazing. I can't say enough amazing things about Skipper. Like,
I didn't get it. I want to go back and get it now. I did not.
I don't know if you like the Sprite and ginger ale scents. Man, I'm just like, when I smelt it, I was like, thank God. I was like, this stuff is amazing.
I go naked a lot, E-Rock. I like to go naked. Haterade, man, that's going to be a fun one. I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what the scent profile is.
Okay, well, I'm trying to play dumb, but I do already have it because I'm going to be on that stream next week.
Okay.
I can't say what it is because I swore an oath, but you guys get ready. It's going to be fun, and it's a good one. That's all I can say. I may already said too much. I don't know.
Is it the butt naked truth?
Yeah, that's the butt naked truth.
That's the new trend. Hashtag butt naked truth.
I want to try, speaking of CBD, has anybody tried Beard Octane's new CBD?
No, I got it on the way.
I ordered some today. I'm anxious to get it.
Okay.
I used your code, actually. Haha. Congratulations. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Kumquat and Smoke Scott. See, am I the only one that finds that word kumquat like weird?
No. I mean, Tiki said it earlier today that That was kind of one of those fruits as a kid you never tried or tasted, but you just loved saying the word. Yeah, it's just kumquat.
I'm gonna go to the store and buy me about 2 or 3 bundles of kumquat.
Kumquat.
Yeah, that's I don't even know if I've ever tried a kumquat either. Well, I think I have. I think actually I have tried a kumquat before. Now think about looking at it.
I've eaten a bunch of them. We grew them in our backyard. That's one of the reasons it's in my collab, is because my brother and I used to have kumquat wars. We'd throw them at each other as hard as we could, see who could leave the biggest bruise. And I lost him to suicide last year, and that's how it ended up being in the collab. I got Scott to order it, and
I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
Man, I appreciate it. Matter of fact, just had his 1 year anniversary death, and it's tough on my mother and my dad. I just hate it for them. No parent should have to bury their child. It's just tough.
No, man, and it never gets easy. You learn how to deal with it, I guess you can say.
Yep. Daniel's got it in beard tonight.
The cousin said, I'm pretty sure this is Joe. He said, I used to be called quiet in middle school.
That's funny. Man, Native, I want to order that. I don't even know if it's still available, but I've heard about that scent so much.
Botanical Garden?
Yeah.
It's like walking in a floral shop.
Really?
Yeah, I like it, man. It is relaxing. When I first smelt it, I was like, oh damn, this stuff is good. And then I think it was like 30 minutes later, I put it in beard, and then my girlfriend was like, who's picking flowers? Or who got flowers? And I'm like, no, you smell my beard. And she was like, oh wow, this smells really good. It's like, it doesn't smell like roses, but it smells like a bunch of lilies to me. It smells good. It's strong, but it's not like, oh my God, I'm choking strong kind of ordeal. So it is
perfumey, real perfumey.
Yeah, I guess you can say it's perfume. It's not girly, but it is perfumey.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
man, that is a good scent right there. I don't know how to say it, but I've got it. Ooh,
Aztec Zaragoza,
I think.
Zaragoza, maybe.
It is so good.
Zaragoza. Yeah, I need to try some Aztec. Aztec has been on my radar. Mo, everything okay with Dave? No hype. Yeah, man, Dave is okay. There's nothing wrong with Dave. Dave's internet is being wacky, and the company is like, oh well, can't come out and fix it, and so he just didn't want it to freeze up or anything like that.
The Taylor sent beard too. Raspberry is favorite of mine, so it hits with me.
Aztec will be bought by Rex. Who is the Rex review? I just think it's hilarious. I mean, it's a cool name and everything. Everything is spoken in third person. I think it's pretty cool.
So, have you ever watched any of his reviews?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, crazy. So
I watch a lot of people's reviews. I'm bad at commenting.
Yeah.
Or I'll watch them. If it pops up on my screen, I'll watch it. Oh my God, that tailored pink is so good too.
That tailored pink is good.
Botanical Garden reminds me of my childhood home. We had a huge lilac bush behind our house. Smells like lilac to me, and the scent is well balanced. It's not loud. No, that's what I was saying. It's strong, but it's not loud or anything like that.
Lilac's one of those that I like sometimes, but it just depends on what it's paired with. But I'm anxious to try it.
He's the Deadpool of the beard community.
Yeah, I have tailored rose. You sent it to me. You don't remember? I love tailored rose. I mean, I'm not big on perfumey. Rose is one of those scents that's got to be done right for me to enjoy. But tailored rose, really, really good.
Iowa Beard Company Stinky Pinky is going to be the scent of the year. I have a collab coming out with the Iowa Beard Company.
Sweet.
It'll be coming out probably in the next 3 to 4 weeks, maybe. So that's going to be a nice summer scent. It's going to be different. It's not cologne-ish or anything like that. So I wanted
Pete,
something different.
we know what you like, buddy. If you like those two profiles, I know exactly what you like.
I haven't smelled any of those profiles.
Probably similar to Gardens, but actually it's toned down a little bit. Like it's not overpowering. It's nice.
I did a review on Taylor Beard Company a while back, but I haven't tried that one. His I know his barbershop scents is banging.
Oh yeah, classic is fine.
Stanley, I just received 607 black cherry tobacco today, and it is fire. I'm hoping it'll come through again soon. Dang, Lenny, the mix of Taylor Pink and Mad Scientist is honestly the best thing I've ever smelt, bar none. Who makes the Mad Scientist?
That was his collab with Meb.
Okay.
Bearded Meb.
I really had bad luck personally with grapeseed. Oh, well, hey, just an FYI, this isn't here to plug anything. My collab with Iowa will not have grapeseed in there, and he is actually doing away with grapeseed oil. I think he already did.
So. Yeah, I think everybody is. I mean, I know 10 companies that have done away with it. T3, and it used to be in his blend, and his new blend, it's not in there. And a lot of guys go away.
Grapeseed oil is not a bad oil. It's just that after a couple of months, if you go back and smell the oil, if it's like used in there, like, you know, one of the main ingredients, it'll have a stench to it.
Yeah. I think there was a bunch of information too. I think guys were using it because everybody was trying to say that it was, you know, had some binders in it that helped carry the scent further and longer. But who knows?
Good to know, Mo. It still shows on their side as being in it. Oh man, Strickland, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Definitely will be in my prayers.
Where's it at? Please keep my hand or something. Absolutely, man. That's awful.
That's crazy. But yeah, 25% off tonight, 24 hours. Great stuff. You can get the wash. Absolutely amazing. And what I like about this wash, I was actually scared to use it. Not scared, like, ooh, you know, shaking my boots. But when I see the word lavender, and I'm just like, why do you have to ruin something with lavender? But I'm not a lavender guy at all. But
I don't smell it. I mean, it's in there, but
I don't smell it.
I get peppermint more than lavender.
Yeah, I absolutely love peppermint and mint, tea tree, stuff like that, and like beard washes and conditioner. So, and this stuff is good. His bar soaps are really good too. This is 8 ounces, but little goes a long way. So this is going to last you guys a long time.
His bar soaps are bad. I love them. And I've used this one 3 or 4 times. I put it back in the box just for the stream. You know,
is that the oatmeal one?
Yeah.
Dude, it was so wicked because when I first got it, I was like, is there really pieces of something in here? I was like, I thought it was dirt at first.
No,
and then it was actual really oats in there, and it's so like it exfoliates without actually scratching and stuff like that. So,
and his soaps hold up; they don't melt, they don't dissolve like a lot of them do in the shower. God, man, I used to be addicted to Boss Man Brands' soap, but if you left it in the shower one day, when you got back, it was gone.
Man, Soap Saver, I learned the hard way because I kept saying these soaps don't last long. I'm like, I have a big body. This is a lot of lusciousness right here, guys. Yeah. And, you know, a couple of times using it, that bar will go from 100 to like 20 real quick.
Yeah.
And, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And then someone told me to get a Soap Saver. Actually, I think it was Beard Coast told me to get a Soap Saver. And I got one, and I'm like, why have I not used this before?
So I've got a Soap Saver, but some of them you leave it in there, and just from the moisture from my shower and the humidity in there, it still just melts it.
I don't leave my beard soap bars inside the showers anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, man. This the other thing I love about this wash is it's not one that's overpowering to where after you wash your beard, you know, 10 minutes later, the scent's kind of dissolved and gone away. So it's not going to overpower you putting something else in your beard. but I just love that peppermint gets your skin and the blood flowing under your beard and on your skin. And it's just, it's kind of that invigorating. I love it, man. And then when you put the oil in, it just sucks it up and your beard just feels great.
That's one thing. That is my absolute favorite scent profile to wear at night. Is there something minty?
Yep, mine too.
Peppermint, tea tree, whatever it is. That's my favorite scent profile to use.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, if you really want to grow your beard and you're worried about the growth and trying to get maximize growth and so forth, your beard grows when you're sleeping. Your body does anything. I mean, if you think about it, when you were a kid, when did you wake up with growing pains? Because that's when your body grew, right? So your beard and your hair is the same way. So put something in there like that that's going to help stimulate that blood flow evenly in your face or whatever. Just helps. I love to wear stuff like that to bed. I don't wear lavender at all. I don't care if it is calming. I just can't do it.
Have you tried whiskey and hardtack?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got 10 or 15 cents from
Icebreaker. Icebreaker was the scent that broke me from me saying I hate lavender scents.
Yeah.
Well, you don't get much lavender in there, but I agree with you. Your beard grows like when you're asleep. My beard, it's short, but it's a thug. It grows whenever it wants to. Like right now we're talking and it's like, oh yeah, you think I can't go talking?
Yeah. Shit, I think mine stopped growing by now. I think I've finally reached terminal length.
Well, I've never let my beard grow enough for me to know what terminal length is, because I get like so overwhelmed whenever it gets to the awkward stage, and it's just like no matter what I do to it, like it won't sit still.
Yeah.
And if I can make it past that terminal stage, or not terminal, excuse me, the awkward stage, like if I ever make it past that, I'll probably never trim it again.
Look, man, I remember that stage. Mine would flip out. Oh, it was awful. And I'd go to work, man, and I'd just sit in my office because I didn't want people to walk in there. And I just told myself, I'm going to do it. I don't care how bad I look, what goes on. I'm doing the same thing with my hair right now. Taylor mentioned it earlier, and I'm trying to get my hair to grow long. And I have to wear a hat every day because it's just so daggum long and awkward.
Well, Copper Johns is doing like a mullet challenge, and I got jealous. I was like, I want to be part of the mullet challenge. I don't want to sit there and be just a judge. So I grew my, head hair out for like a week, and I had a good reverse mullet going, and I think I could have won. Like I could have won. It still has a mullet, but it's reversed.
A reverse mullet. I love it.
Mine is about 4 to 5 inches from my belly button, so I can't do that.
Wow.
I don't want my beard to be as long as my belly button.
I always said that my goal was to let it sit on my lap. When I sat in the chair, I wanted it to sit on my lap. And if I wanted to sit around butt naked, I could, because I could cover it up. And but I don't think it's going to make it.
Well, see, your beard and like Metal Guy's beard and like, the cousin's beard that are in here, they y'all's beard will grow and it'll stay, like you don't have to do a lot of maintenance to it. Man, sometimes my beard gets so out of whack that I have to use a straightener and blow dryer and a heavy duty balm just to get it to look halfway decent. I like that hat.
Yeah, somebody mentioned the hat, so I could put it on.
That's straight up right there. That's a night walker guy. That's Chuck Norris right there.
Yeah, these things this is that felt though, man. It's a Stetson crushable. You can just crush it all you want to, but it gets hot, man. So it's hard for me to wear just sitting around.
Now, did I not hear you on your stream last week that you said that you went to school for medical?
No, I'm going to school. I'm getting my PhD.
Okay.
But in business, I'm getting my doctrine of business. It's a DBA.
I didn't know you
could get a DBA.
That's so cool, man. I just got my bachelor's degree, and like I was going to go back to school, and like literally just graduated in January, and I was going to go back to school and get my master's, but I'm just like, I'm not even benefiting from my bachelor's yet for me to even want to go back to school for master's.
Yeah, and people ask me why I'm doing it, and it has nothing to do with job. I'm not going to make more money. I'm not changing careers. It's just when I was in high school and got out of high school, I was going to go to med school. I wanted to be a doctor, and I had the grades for it. Everything was good. And then I was playing baseball in college. I came home every weekend and saw my girlfriend. Next thing I know, we were expecting my son. So I had to quit school, get a job in the car business selling cars, and I just never got to finish. So to me, it's just a pride thing, and it's just like, I'm going to do it. And I can't get my doctor's degree, but I can get a doctrine. I'm too old to go back and become a doctor, but I definitely want to get my doctrine in business just to say that I did.
You ain't too old. I mean, you're like, what, 21, 22?
Yeah, times 2. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, it happens. You can do it all online. Like, it would be cool to call you doctor. I mean, I may go get my PhD now or whatever it's called, DBA, so I can be Dr. Shark. I'll change my YouTube channel to Dr. Shark.
You will have a PhD. You can call.
There we go.
You're just not an MD.
I'll be at work writing people prescriptions. I'm like, you need one TV with 2 receivers. Take this to the sales rep. That's your prescription today.
Actually, I wanted to be a pharmacist. That was my goal. I love math, and I wanted to be a pharmacist. And now I'd take home the pad too often. I'd be screwed.
Man, I went to school for surgical tech to start off with. And after surgical tech, I was like, oh, I want to be a pharmacist. So I went and worked at CVS. I'll never forget this. But I walked into the CVS near, like, we have like 7 of them in my town. I walked into the one that's close to my house, and I told the lady, I was like, ma'am, I don't know if you guys are hiring or not. I said, my goal is to get a job, you know, doing something in the pharmacy. I'm going to school to be a pharmacist. What can you do for me? Or are you guys hiring? And she goes, you know what? I'll be right back. And then she goes, I just opened up a requisition just for you because I like your passion behind that. Okay, she gave me the job. She created the job for me. I had to go get a background check, fingerprints, and all this training. And then the second day that I got in that pharmacy, I was like, there's absolutely no, and it was the day after Christmas, because the day of Christmas, the pharmacist didn't even know me. And he gave everybody in the pharmacy like $100 thank you, like cash. And the second day I walked in there and I was like, I can't sit here back here all day and just counting pills and handing it to the customers. I was like, I'm getting cussed out because I don't have Xanax ready for me. I was like, I'm not doing this. And I quit. I quit, and I don't think I've never made, that's the first and last time I ever made a boss disappointed. She was like, I created a job for you. And I'm like, give it to somebody that's going to be more appreciative of it. I'm going.
Man, I don't think I could sit around and just count pills all day. God, I don't see how you did it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Mo used to be a bail bondsman. Think on this, Mo, the bounty hunter. That's true.
I can see you doing that. I can't see you counting pills behind the counter.
Man, like being a bondsman, I've witnessed so many crazy things, and that's just between the offices right here. I'm using the Copper John's Wash as my office, and the jail is literally like where the shark sign is behind me.
Yeah.
That's how far of a distance though it was, and I experienced so many crazy things, and I'm talking about, like, it was fun, but at the end of the day, like, I got tired of it.
I bet. Let's see. I read something. There's a lag, man. I can't. This right here is what the community is all about. This is absolutely awesome. I agree to Wolf. Appreciate you saying that, man. Totally agree. That's why we're doing it.
This is absolutely awesome. Like, again, thank you so much for inviting me to be on your channel. It's an honor. And this is exactly what the community is about. Talking about beard stuff, having fun. It's all that matters, man. We're a beard community. We're here to be gentlemen, talk about beards, guns, whatever. You got boats, boots. I like Ariat boots. So, there's a fun fact if anybody wants to buy me a Christmas present. But this is what it's about right here.
I agree. Pete, I mean, honestly, I'm partial to the Colorado and the Canyon. It's hard to beat a Tacoma, but I think best bang for the buck, I really believe the Colorado midsize is the best truck out there.
I saw it, man. If I was getting a midsize truck, I always said if I get a midsize truck, I would go back to a Tacoma. That's the first truck I owned, but that Colorado is a beast.
I just like I mean, I love the Tacoma. It's a great name, and you know they've had that market for a long time. But to me, the Colorado's got more power. It's a lot more comfortable ride. You know, is it built as well as the Toyota Tacoma? I mean, everybody's always going to say Toyota can outbuild Chevrolet, and that, you know, but I don't know. When I'm talking about it as far as longevity and quality. But I'm a GM guy. I believe in buying American made as much as possible. So I think the Colorado, or I really love that new Canyon AT4. It is.
Oh, that thing is sweet.
Yeah, I mean, and look, they're built in the same plant. They go down the assembly line together. They split. They're identical trucks, besides the lipstick. So Colorado Canyon doesn't matter. A Sierra Silverado doesn't matter. They're the same. The only thing difference, what I call the lipstick, which is your molding and trim pieces and so forth, grills, wheels, but mechanically, frame, everything is absolutely the same.
Man, I'll tell you what, GMC has, in my opinion, has the best looking truck out there, but I just can't stand the interior. That's one thing I can't stand.
Well, you know, and you and I talked about it. GM's just always been kind of behind times when it comes to all the futuristic stuff on the inside of a vehicle. And if you notice, they always let somebody like Ford, the EcoBoost, you know, GM would not get in that game until they saw Ford what happened, and, you know, how were sales, and, you know, did people accept the fact that they're driving a four-wheel drive truck with a 4-cylinder engine, and you know, now GM's got the 2.7-liter EcoBoost, which is like an EcoBoost, and it's one of our best-selling engines. I mean, I can't keep them on the lot. I mean, we have them. If I keep one 5 days, is a miracle. Because, I mean, they get incredible gas mileage, and when you drive it down the road, you think you're driving a V8. I mean, you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, man. Like
but like you and I talked.
One time, someone told me a wise man would get the EcoBoost, but like, you know, I want to be that guy that says, I got a full size truck, I got the EcoBoost, hell, I got the hybrid. You know, it's going to do the same thing, but like the testosterone in me is like, dude, you got a full size pickup truck. You better get a 5.0 V8.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the wise man said a wise man would get the EcoBoost. A real man would get the V8.
Yeah. Oh, so Strickland said, I'm ready to see the new Toyota Tundra that's coming out. Please update that damn thing.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to be pretty badass. I've heard a lot of great things about it.
Oh, really? So when is it supposed to be revealed?
They just, I think very soon, actually. I think it's the end of this year.
Okay. I'm a Ford guy. Like, I have a Ram, and I had a Ford before then. I traded it in and got a Ram, which Ram is a great truck, and I love my Ram. But I think as soon as I saw my Ford drive off, and I was just like, I want another Ford.
You know, but speaking of that topic, you just talking about what we talked about last week, guys. If you know, every vehicle right now is bringing top dollar. So if you're in a situation where you've got a vehicle that you're a little upside down in, now might be the best time to trade, even though you're not really ready to, and get something. Maybe this is a time you trade in, let's say a Dodge Ram that you got 10 grand negative normally, and buy something that's maybe 10, 15 grand for about 6 months to a year. You know, buy something cheaper, because those aren't bringing as much money as the $15,000 to $30,000 vehicles. So basically what I'm saying is, Mo, for instance, he's got a truck that's probably worth 45 grand normally, but right now it's worth 55 grand. Yeah. So if he wanted to trade, now would be the time, but he wants to buy something that's really hard to find, that's also bringing top dollar. You know, like I was telling him, if you could live with buying a, you know, 80, 90,000 mile truck or 110,000 mile truck for about 6 months, now would be the time to do it, because you won't pay too much for that truck. You're going to get too much for your trade. And then when this shortage clears up, then you go back and you buy that Ford truck at $10,000, $12,000 off.
Well, see, that's the problem. I can't get anybody to buy my truck. If I could buy it, I'll drive a damn mope. I'll get a Huffy and drive it to work every day and just put an umbrella on it.
Yeah, but hey, what you ought to do, I mean, trade it in You know, well, if a dealer's giving you 53, 54 grand, that's 7 grand equity. Buy you a $14,000 truck.
Don't you hate when you go to put a dip in and then you spill it all over yourself?
Yeah, so I fixed that problem and just started doing the Copenhagen pouches, which I know is kind of girly. But
no, it ain't girly. It's actually more convenient because there's going to come a day where I don't have a mask on my face while I'm at work and I can't put a big old chew in. So I'm going to I got to have my nicotine fix. So I have to switch to pouches.
So I did it because I couldn't talk to customers and I was wasting so much dip because I'd put one in and somebody'd come in and say, hey, such and such wants to talk to you. I'd throw my dip out. Then I had grains all in my teeth. So I started doing the pouches. But here's the problem. You think you got to have a nicotine fix now when you start doing these, because you can do them 24 hours a day and nobody knows, it becomes worse because it's so convenient to put a pouch in that, I mean, I literally have a pouch in probably every minute I'm awake unless I'm eating.
And when I get done with these cans right here, I'm going to force myself to go to pouches, and I got to figure out how many pouches or pieces of pouches is going to take, because I put a big dip in and I know it's for a waste, but
yeah, Jeremy, I mean, I've never seen NADAs so crazy right now. I booked out a truck today, and this actually is a Yukon, and NADA retail. This is a 19 model. Actually, Mo's truck is a 19 model. I hope tell you what you're driving, Mo, but you give me a sec. He's got a 19 model truck.
Mine's a 2020.
I mean, a 2020, and the NADA retail on his truck is more than what MSRP was brand new. So it's a year-old truck with 15,000 miles, and NADA value is more than what MSRP was. And that's about every vehicle that I've booked out lately that's 19 or 20 model. The NADA value is higher than what the truck was or vehicle or Yukon was brand new. And Jeremy works for a bank, a lender, and one of a really good lender, Grove Financial Credit Union. I've talked to him the other day, but and I was we were talking about it, and then I talked to my insurance agent, and I told my State Farm agent, I said, man, y'all need to be careful if somebody totals a vehicle right now, because if y'all pay out NADA, y'all paying way too much much money for a vehicle.
So what I need to do is what you're saying is, well, see, that's another thing too. Okay, so let me ask you this. What do you think about me putting my truck for sale on Auto Trader or Car Gurus?
The only problem with that is what we talked about the other day. When you do that, because you live in Georgia and because of the tax rate, if you sell it outright, you're basically throwing away $2,000 in tax savings, because whatever you buy, you're not going to get that tax credit because you're not trading it in. So for you to, like the other day, the dealer told you he'd give you 52 grand. You'd have to sell it for 54 for that really to mean the same money to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. But see, that's the problem. Like I don't mind selling it, obviously, but like what I'm asking for, I put it on sale on my Facebook for 58,000, and I had 2 people reach out and they're like, "Hey, I'm ready to buy. I'll give you 51,000." I'm like, "No, did you not see the price that I listed it for?"
Yeah.
Well,
but the problem with you is too, you really need, it is tough because you need to find, it's really relevant to what you buy, because if you sell your truck and then you got to go pay too much to replace it, you've really not done yourself any good.
Yeah.
That's why for you, because you can buy X Plan on a Ford, that's the only reason why I'd say trade now, is because you can get X Plan, which X Plan is the same price today as it's going to be in 6 months. The only difference is the rebates may be higher in 6 months, but you're not going to.
They're saying because there's a truck shortage that when they get this chip thing fixed, Ford at least, and I think GM, they promise like one of the best rebates ever. So,
well, it'll be back to normal when dealers are trying to chase the bottom to see who's got the lowest price to get people in, because normally that's what we're doing. I mean, from a new car dealer, we advertise normally a loss just to try to sell the new car to get a used car on trade, to turn around and sell the used car. when we look at profit, we look at the longevity of a car deal. Like how many vehicles were traded in on one car. So one new truck got a trade in that was a 2020 Dodge Ram. Then somebody bought that Ram and traded in a 2017 Chevrolet Silverado. And somebody trade. So we look at the big picture, and we might lose $3,000 on that first deal just because of the life cycle of that deal. Like if that deal had a good trade in that we knew we could turn a profit on, then we would take that gamble. But right now, no dealer's doing that because they can't make it up in volume because of the shortage. So everybody now is just charging MSRP because they may not have another one coming for 2 weeks, and they got to keep the lights on the building. So their dealers aren't discounting cars, and manufacturers aren't having to put rebates on them because they're selling as fast as they're hitting the dealers' lots. So they don't have to incentivize them anymore and give money away in rebates.
Makes sense.
You know,
well, I hope I'm able to find something for what I want that's coming in that a dealership is willing to do an X plan for me, because I don't like my biggest fear is going to be me ordering one, which I can go to my dealership and order one right now, but it not coming in for 10, 12 weeks, and then everything be back to normal. And they're like, oh, well, your truck was worth XYZ 12 weeks ago, but not right now.
And that's likely going to happen. I mean, that's why they don't mind. That's why they're pushing you to order it. It's because they always have the out of, well, the market changed and your truck's not worth what it was. And like I was telling you, if they trade it today, they got to give you what today's numbers are. And because they know you're going to hear that from somebody else. And a lot of dealers are just scared to do that because their thinking is if in 3 months the shift changes back to where everybody's got plenty of inventory and values start going back down, if I haven't sold that truck, I'm sitting there with a truck on my lot with $7,000 water. You know, that, but like Jeremy just said, GM side, I bet they're telling us on the GM side that it's going to be back to normal by end of fourth quarter, which usually means second quarter of next year because they never on time. So I think it's middle of next year before a GM store. I mean, look, normally I got this time of year into summer or beginning of summer, I usually had 250 to 275 new cars on the ground. I counted today when I left work, I got 17 new cars. So
wow.
that's a huge difference.
That is.
And I don't think it gets back to normal till middle of next year.
So you're saying if I need to order one?
I mean, yeah, again, because you can buy an X plan, I think here's the thing. You might be giving up on $3,000 in rebates that might be there a year from now, but you still get to buy at the same price of X plan. You're just not getting those $3,000 in rebates off that right now. But your truck's worth $7,000 to $8,000 more right now than it would be this time next year. So you're still saving $4,000 to $5,000 by trading now on a new Ford. So I would order, if you can't find one on the ground right now that you like, I would order one.
Okay.
I think the best thing to do would be able to find one right now while the market's really hot, because you got to think if you order one, it's 3 more months before it gets here. That's 3 more months closer to this being over, where dealers are going to be a little scared. But I do think the book will shift a little more up in about a month. So really, if you could wait about a month, I think would be the perfect time to buy.
Well, I'll order one. If it takes like a month or 2 to get in, at least I ordered it. And hey,
well, and the other thing right now is a dealer will order you one with no problem, because worst case, you don't buy it and they put it on the lot and they sell it. So, nobody has too much inventory where they're worried about you ordering something they can't sell.
Right. That makes sense.
I know Ford dealership that sells 56 new truck a month, a lot, the rest of the year is 10 to 12 monthly. Also have a GM deal that's usually over 200 new units. Yeah. I mean, I'm the same way. I'm usually over 200 units and I've got 17. Somehow we're still selling 45, 50 new a month, but we're just selling everything that comes off the truck. I mean, I had a truck deliver Friday. I've already sold 2 of them. I'll sell 2 more on Monday that I know already. So we're not replenishing inventory, because we're selling them as soon as they're getting delivered. And that's why you're not going to notice a difference on dealers' lots for at least a year. And the tier 1 dealers are going to get inventory before the tier 2 and then the tier 3. And your tier 1 dealers are your big group stores like Group 1, Sonic, those type stores. They're going to get inventory first.
Yeah. Well, I got to figure, how do you find like if I wanted to look up what's the most volumed GM in my state, like what do I type in on Google to find that?
If you want what now?
Like if I want to, you know how there, I'm not really necessarily looking for the largest, but they typically end up being one of the largest. Like, you know how like the more cars you push out, it's called volume.
Yeah.
How do I look up like which GM store in my town or in my state has the most volume?
Just ask me and I'll tell you, because I get a report every morning that tells me everybody's numbers, and I can look and I'll look at where you are and tell you which dealer to go to.
Oh wow!
I mean, yours are going to be probably an Alpharetta. You know what I mean?
I'm just a nosy like that. Like I want to know what like the largest this is, the largest that is, and 100% guys. Seriously, anybody that's in here, if you guys are looking for a new vehicle, GM, Chrysler, whatever Keith sells, hands down, hit him up. You will not be disappointed.
I appreciate that.
I'm telling you guys straight up, like the best experience I ever had, and I haven't even bought anything from them.
Well, I love talking cars to guys, and that without the pressure of trying to sell you something. It's just fun for me to help people save money, and I love to problem solution. Like I love to fix problems. I'm a problem fixer. I just love it.
Yeah.
Like I love a challenge. I love when somebody calls me up and it's like, hey, I know you can't sell me anything, but that's like the best thing you can tell me. I love that.
But
yeah, because that's when I just get fired up. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna show you.
I got lucky. I got my truck when the dealership was doing the 15% off MSRP last August, and they took money off for being a veterans as well. That's awesome. See, I got friends all the time. They're like, Mo, don't you want to pay off your truck and I have a truck? No, that's one thing I'm going to, I've come to conclusion and I'm okay with. I'm going to probably have a car payment of some sort until probably I'm 60 or 70 years old, because I love new cars. I love buying new vehicles. That's the thing,
Well, and that's the false hope too. People think they own a title, they don't have a car payment. You got a car payment. It's just it might be $2,000 when the transmission goes out, and $1,000 later when the AC quits working, which is $3,000. You divide that by 12, you're paying $300 a month. You're just paying it one lump sum. So everybody's got a car payment. You're just paying it differently than actually paying monthly to the bank. And I always say, what's easier, paying that monthly note to the bank or forking out $4 or $5 grand when you've got something that needs a motor or it needs a transmission? And to me, I'd rather pay that monthly payment and just know that I got that peace of mind that if something happens, I can go get it fixed, than risk having to buy a new motor or, constantly having to tires, brakes, AC, all these maintenance stuff that's just out of this world.
Hey, what's up, Swag?
Oh, Swag, we were talking about your collab earlier.
Keith, I'll definitely pick your brain on my car situation soon, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Keith, there's an Amish guy down the road looking for a great deal on a buggy. Can you negotiate his deal over smoke signals?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I have seen surveys and stuff, and I was told that Keith can sell a condom to a nun, so I'm sure he can do some smoke signals too. So,
that's
hey guys, that's one thing that I was told as a salesman. I don't sell much now, but that someone left a survey, like a whole company-wide survey that says Mo ... can sell a condom to a nun. One hell of a salesman. And I laughed so hard.
Well, there's two sayings. One of them I won't say in case any kids are listening, but the other one is I can sell icicles or popsicles to Eskimos.
You can't afford to get a vehicle worked on anymore unless you have a warranty. Man, that's true. Like that's the
Yep.
thing what people don't understand, and that's one of the reasons why I don't want to pay off a vehicle because let's say I got a EcoBoost, something goes wrong with it, that's a $2,000 right there.
Well, the deal is, and Swag can tell you because he works in the service department, it's really not even that as much as if you don't have a specialty tool that costs you about $5,000 to be able to undo one screw to get to it, you can't work on it anyway. So now they make all these specialty tools that dealerships have to buy. Like I remember at a like if we sell one Chevrolet Corvette, we automatically have to spend money on somebody to be trained to be able to work on it. We have to buy all these specialty tools that worth $10,000 to be able to fix it.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
if we don't make $15,000 on that one Chevrolet Corvette, we've lost money. So if we're not selling 10 a year, it's not worth it.
Right.
And even, Ford trucks have specialty tools. I mean, all these vehicles and manufacturers now make specialty tools, and most dealerships have a room in their parts department full of these specialty tools that have to be checked out by the technician because it's a $5,000 tool. They don't want laying in some toolbox. And that's why it's so hard. That's why when a vehicle gets out of warranty, you either need to buy a warranty or consider trade it in because you can't afford to work on it, fix it yourself. You can't fix it yourself anymore. And most of your small mom and pop shops can't work on certain vehicles or do certain things because they're not going to go out and buy that specialty tool. We actually rent out those specialty tools to certain mechanics in town that we have relationships with just to allow them to fix certain vehicles. So that's the problem. And if you don't have the computerized part of it, it's even more technical that if you don't have the skills to read the information and do all that side, because there's a CPU in every vehicle that controls 90% of it anyway.
Yeah. One of the dealership service centers in my territory charges 180-hour labor for mechanical. We start our negotiations at $80. That's crazy.
Yeah, 180 is a little, that's the most I've ever heard of, Brian. And I go to these things called 20 group meetings where we go in a room with 10, 15 other dealers and we talk about labor rates and charges, and NADA controls it all. And that's the highest I've ever heard of by far.
Yeah. I'm one of those things that dealerships love to deal with me because they don't even have to ask me. I'm like, yes, I would like extended warranty. I'll either get the gap insurance through my insurance or I'll get it through the dealership one, but those two I always get.
Yeah. And Swag, he's a service writer and he's telling you buy one. And I mean, it makes his job easier too, because he's not trying to sell you a ticket that's $2,500. He's selling the warranty company, but it's really, I wouldn't own a vehicle without an extended warranty that's out of warranty. Just don't gamble it. I mean, we're insurance poor. I mean, you have all this insurance that we have that you pay on a daily basis that we never use, but car insurance is one of those, it's the best bang for the buck thing you can buy for two reasons. One, you get a prorated refund what you don't use. So if you buy a $2,500 warranty that's a 100,000 mile warranty and you traded it 35,000 miles, you're going to get back a prorated amount that you didn't use, right?
Yeah.
And
that's true. That's true.
So why not? What other insurance policy do you pay for on a monthly basis that you get a refund what you don't use?
When I sold when I traded in my Ford, I called the dealership that I bought it from, and I was like, hey, I don't know if I still have anything left on my extended warranty. They sent me like I forgot what it was, but you do get money back.
E-Rock. So I hear this a lot, and it's usually because the individual didn't buy the warranty from the dealer, and they didn't make sure they bought the top of the line. Like there's one that's a bumper to bumper, but we can't call it that because if the two bumpers fall off, they're not covered because that's a wear and tear item or cosmetic. But basically they're elite. It depends on who the company is. But make sure you're buying the bumper to bumper extended warranty. Just say, I want to make sure it's wrapping the factory warranty so that it covers everything a factory warranty covers, if not more. Because a lot of extended warranties give you little items like trip interruption and some other things that factory warranties don't cover. The other thing is they likely didn't buy it from the dealer. They bought it from their insurance company or this third party that called them on the phone after they bought the vehicle. Do not buy those. All right. Those people never have to look you in the eye.
Those
They
are-
don't care if it covers everything because they never have to deal with you face to face. But if you go buy an extended warranty from Swag and he's one that's going to see you face to face when it's broke down, he's going to make sure you get the warranty that covers most everything, if not everything, because he doesn't want it not to cover something, because that's a conversation he's going to have with you that's not comfortable for anybody, and you're never going to be happy. So
I can even imagine.
Yeah, dealers in the 80s and 90s, they sold these extended warranties that were junk. They were profit centers. They weren't made to fix anything. They were just made for the dealers to make profits. That's gone away. There's the majority of the time, it's either because the finance manager didn't do his job right and explain to you what you were buying. So just make sure that when you're buying that extended warranty, you say, is this wrapping the factory warranty? Am I getting everything the factory covers in this warranty? Because there are some warranties that are cheaper that are exclusionary that may not cover certain items. But if you buy the right warranty, I promise you it's the best thing you can buy besides gap insurance.
I told y'all to hit him up. See, that's a sneak peeker right there of half the stuff that he just can do for you.
But it's just the truth. I mean, don't buy a vehicle, especially if you're buying a BMW or a Mercedes or a Lexus. If you buy any of those out of warranty and don't buy an extended warranty, just get ready. I mean, I had a BMW 6 months ago that it had 90,000 miles. And we normally take them to the auction because when they're sitting on the lot, they're tearing up and they're getting expensive because something's going on. It doesn't matter. And there was something like the windshield wipers went out in this BMW. Well, the windshield wiper modules on the back of the radio that controls this and that and this, it was an $8,000 repair.
Oh my God.
Because the whole module on the radio had to be replaced, but then the radio had to be replaced because it's attached to this I mean, I was just like, couldn't believe it. So I'm just telling you, don't buy anything without extended warranty, especially those imports.
I only drive Hondas. Joey Sparks said, this is information I need to know for sure. Get it from your dealership, said Swag, and make sure it's the premium coverage.
Yeah.
Oh, hell, repairs on BMW, Mercedes, Audi, Volvo costs are stupid high. I'll tell you another, Toyota, they're expensive to work on too.
They are. The other question you can ask when you're buying a warranty, like Ford sells their own extended warranty that's a Ford product. Most dealers sell insurance back. Like we sell one it's Zurich Insurance Company. And look, extended warranties are just insurance plans. All they do is they look at, like if you're buying a 2020 Dodge Ram, they look, what's the average repair and average service ticket on a 2020 Dodge Ram, over the course of ownership. What's the average repair or the average customer spend on that vehicle over a 3-year period? $2,500. Okay, the warranty is $2,500. It's just an average. So if your warranty is more expensive, it's because likely that vehicle costs more to work on. Now, there are certain things going there, like some states regulate that. Like if you live in Florida, Mo, the warranty is the same price for, like, they can't mark it up. It's an insurance policy. And in Florida, those have to be sold for a set amount. So like on a 2020 Dodge Ram truck, the warranty is, say, $2,500. It's $2,500 for you, for me, for the next 50 people that come in the dealership. Some states, that dealer can charge another $1,000. He can sell it for $3,500 because he's making a profit. Florida, you can't do that. So check your state regulations on that too, because you may, when the dealer says, hey, the warranty is $2,500, just say, well, I'll buy that if you get it to $1,700. Try to negotiate those items because they are negotiable, except I know Florida's one. I don't know every state law. Alabama, we can make profit on our warranty. I
think Georgia, you don't.
Oh, that's right. I don't know why I was thinking. I don't know why I was thinking you were in Florida. You're in Georgia. You're up in Rome. Yeah.
Yeah. Go dogs.
Georgia's not. It's not regulated like Florida. So, negotiate those items so you're getting a better deal, because you got to remember that person behind the desk, he gets paid a commission on that profit of that warranty. So I guarantee it's marked up a little something. So negotiate it, get a little better deal. He's going to sell it to you because he gets a spiff from the warranty company if he does. And, he's working his pay plan, right? but you can negotiate those items.
That's
You know,
good.
I always say, don't negotiate your payment when you get in there. Negotiate what's the cost of that warranty. Because what they're going to do is they're going to try to wrap it and make it sound good, right? They're going to say, they told you out there that your truck payment was $500 a month. For $510, I can get you a warranty. And you're like, well, hell yeah, that's $10 a month. Well, he might have taken the term an extra 12 months. He might have, you know, reduced the interest rate to get there and made you a package deal. So just say, well, how much does that cost? You know, because you don't want to be paying $4,500 for a warranty, even though it was $10 more a month. You realize it's $10 more a month because they told you out there $500 when it was really $450, right? So just make sure you're asking the price of that warranty and not just paying whatever.
Okay, that makes sense. That's why I want to buy a vehicle from you bad.
Yeah, because I'm just going to tell you right now, you know, if I sell you a warranty, I'm going to make about $200 on it, and I'll sell it to you because, you know, you get a friends and friendly bearded horsepower special deal. How about that?
God, I hope you can find me the truck I want.
Yeah, man, they are, Jeremy. Woo. You know, and from a bank standpoint, you know, they really want you to buy a warranty. They don't say this and they can't, but because if that individual's got a BMW and they got to pay $2,000 to get it back on the road, they're likely not going to pay their car payment that month because, you know, something's got to give and you got to get back to work. So, you know, banks, they can't say it, but that's why they allow you to finance the warranty in the deal, because they want you to get it protected as well, because that's their asset you're protecting until you pay it off. So,
yeah. Bingo, Keith. Yep. Jeremy is a good guy too. I talked to Jeremy.
Man, great guy. I never knew he was I think he was actually in the car business for a long time and jumped the fence and got into the banking side. But I think he's an old car guy at heart. Oh, thanks, Joey. I appreciate that. See there, Mo? You're the reason I got a subscriber. Thank you, buddy.
Who subscribed to you?
I lost him.
Subscribe and like the video. Saw Mo was on.
Joey Sparks.
Check it out. Hey, please, guys, subscribe right now to the Horsepowers channel.
Guys, it's not just about beards for me. I mean, I created Bearded Horsepower because I was growing my beard and I wanted to have a way to communicate to a community about buying cars. Like I knew they always say to find your niche, right? You got to find your niche to be able to do this on YouTube. Well, I knew there's only a couple of things that I'm really passionate about, and the car business is one of them. I've been doing it my whole life, and I'm a little. There's this perception that car guys are these sleazy, lying, cheating, worse than attorneys, right? And my dad's been in the car business my entire life, so I'm like a third generation car guy, and I was always told growing up that if you ever get into it, the only way you're going to be successful and make a career out of it is to be honest, be transparent, and truly, sincerely want to help people. And that's what I've done. I mean, I've been doing it 22 years now. And, you know, the car guys that have a bad rap are the same that have the bad rap in the beer community. They get in the business, they just stir shit up, and then they leave, right? They're not in it to stay in it. They're just in it to make a quick dollar and get their fix and get out. So that's why any industry has a bad name. But all car guys, I'll be honest with you. We have a saying on the car side that said buyers are liars. I swear to y'all, customers lie more than we ever do on the car side. It's funny because, and they're just doing that as a defense mechanism of, you know, you're talking money, you're talking things that are sensitive. You get a little defensive. You don't want to say too much where you get screwed. We get it, you know. But you'd be surprised at how honest most car guys are because, you know, they don't make a dollar if they don't sell you something. So they got to be different.
I've known way more guys doing it the right way than they are just honest guys trying to make a living.
Yeah. I don't know, Strickland. I bet Jeremy could probably find that out for us because he's on the banking side and he probably knows more about the which states are regulated and which aren't or which are not. So Tennessee, profit can be made. Florida might be one of the only states that it can't. I just know Florida because, I used to work in South Alabama, and we had a lot of dealings in Florida. And I had some buddies that worked in the car business in Florida, and they were ones that told me that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about all other states.
You said Georgia is one or isn't? Or you don't know?
No, Georgia, you can make a profit.
Okay. Assholes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they can't legally say that at all. But they want you to have it. They just can't say it. Just like a car dealer. Look, a car dealer cannot say these words. If you buy this warranty and gap, the bank will give you a better interest rate. That is totally illegal. They cannot say it. You know, I know dealers that have said that in the past. It drives me crazy.
Okay. Might as well say whatever. Yeah. Hey, I'll call up a dealership and say such and such offered me XYZ on a trade-in. You got the truck I want. Can you offer me the same thing?
Yeah. Yeah, Garrett, I've heard of those systems. You know, they're a profit center for most dealers. If you're not driving around in a new 2021 Corvette, there's no reason to get it. You know, it depends on where you live too. I mean, there's this same thing down here called Auto Armor or something. And, you know, if you live on the coast in the salt air, it's going to help protect your paint. And, you know, if you live in a bad place, like we get love bugs really bad down here, and it helps. You know, just again, if you get it, it's not a horrible thing, but just don't overpay for it. You know, you don't need to be paying $5.99 for that thing when it costs the dealer $99. So everything's relevant to what you pay for it.
There are slimy car guys. There's also
There are
salespeople.
But you'll know when you meet those. I mean, they stick out like a sore thumb, you know.
Brian said, you want to hear someone lie? Try and negotiate an injury from an accident. Good luck getting 100% accurate answers 100% of the time. Literally saw people hobble in and skip out after the check.
God.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and the insurance business too, man. That's another industry that, you know, you don't think about negotiating with. But Bam from Jolly Old Fat Man got in an accident. He had a yellow Ram, I don't know, about a year or two ago, year and a half ago. Got in an accident.
Wreck.
Yeah, he got in a wreck, and we talked about it, and the insurance company was trying to give him like 25 grand or something for his truck. And I pulled book values and everything and said, look, man, they are obligated to give you this number. You need to go back to them and don't settle until they get to this number. And they end up getting to that number and then a little bit more. So remember, if you total one, it's that insurance adjuster's job to save his money as much as possible. So they're going to try to lowball you and give you a figure that's not accurate. What you need to do is contact somebody or find out. You can go online, NADAguides.com, you know, and you can find what NADA retail is for your vehicle. They should pay you NADA retail plus taxes and fees to replace it, right?
Yeah,
if it's
man.
a total loss.
Make
sure you're getting it.
I had a brand new F-150, and then it snowed here, and then it iced over, and then a girl slammed on her brakes in front of me, and I slammed on my brakes, but obviously that didn't help any because I just ran right into her. What's up, Disney? And like my front end was just garbage. Her car was totaled. Mine was just the front end. And like they wanted to lowball me on the depreciation value. So I hired somebody. I mean, I didn't know you can hire someone. I paid him $300. One of my coworkers used them, and he got me like quadruple the amount that I was supposed to get.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to hire anybody now. Just call me. I can get it for you.
Deal.
And all it is just knowing what to say and having the information to back it up. Like for Bam, all I did is I printed out the NADA guides. I sent it to him. I showed him what 3 or 4 other ones were being sold for. Said, here's your ammo. Just don't settle until once you let them know that you know the information, they back up. But it's their job in the beginning to try to lowball you. And then also, if it's not your fault, you need to get them for depreciated value as well, because now you got a vehicle. It wasn't your fault to be in that accident. Now you got a vehicle that's worth less because it's got an accident report on the Carfax. So what you find out is you call 2 or 3 dealerships and say, here's my vehicle. What's it worth? And they'll tell you, say, okay, now it's got $8,000 worth of damage. what's it worth? It's fixed, but the Carfax is going to report it, and it had a repair of $8,000. How much less is it worth? They're going to say, well, rule of thumb is you take 50% of that. So it's worth $4,000 less than it would be if it didn't have that accident. Well, the insurance company should have to pay you that $4,000 in depreciated value as well. So, you know, and you can fight over that a little bit, and you may only get 3, but hey, that's $3,000 you would never would have got otherwise.
That's true. I agree. That's true. Man, shit. I need to get a book and a pencil.
Yeah, man. You know how to get me. Just reach out. I'm always available.
I hate how if injury case does go. Yeah. I heard about that. I heard about that little, you know, if it goes to trial, the insurance will, like, you know, get a spiff or something like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, they do. And then the attorney fees. I mean, everybody gets their hand out once it goes to trial and just eats it up. And look, the other thing is, it's really important. And again, we're insurance poor, but you really need to know your liability limits and stuff on your insurance policy, because, you know, the more you carry when you get in an accident, even if it's not your fault, the amount that 300, like you got an insurance policy that says 100, 300, that 300 is the max going to be paid out in that claim. So, okay, you know, if it's 500, the max is 500. Nobody wants to plan on an accident, but what you'll find is play with that. Like if you're with Geico or Progressive and you're searching for a premium, play with those and increase it to 250, 500. And a lot of times you'll notice that over 6 months, it only goes up $40. Well, hell, pay that, because now if it does happen, there's more limit there for you. If you do get in a lawsuit, that's money in your pocket. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, so look at those coverage limits.
So what about, I did have a question to ask you too. Ceramic coating, is it worth it?
Well, that's kind of what we were talking about a minute ago. It depends on what I mean, again, if you're driving, I sold a girl a brand new 2021 Corvette last week. She got it done. It was like $3,500. To her, it was worth it. You know, she's going to keep that car forever. She wants to protect that car. It does what it says it's going to do, but that's $3,000. And is that worth it to buy a truck that you know you're going to trade in 3 years? No, because you're not going to get that value back. Okay. Like, I'm not going to give you $3,000 more for it on trade because you did it.
Okay.
So I don't think it's worth it on an everyday driver. On something that's a 67 Mustang Shelby GT, absolutely. You know, a 2021 Corvette that you already paid $100,000 for, what's $3 more grand?
That's true.
You know, but an everyday truck, no.
I'll do a lot of damage with 100K. Speaking of 100K, I know it's nowhere near 100K, but you're about to be booming in those Hummer sales.
Actually, we didn't sign up. Again, because it would have cost us in the charging stations and the tools, it would have cost us in the first year about $200,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, for real.
So GM's about to go full electric, like Cadillac's doing it first. To keep the Cadillac franchise, we would have had to spend $250,000 in redoing the facility with charging this and all this electric crap to keep the franchise. The last 4 Cadillacs I sold, we lost like $20,000 total.
Oh my God.
So why in the world am I going to pay $200,000 to lose $20,000 over a 4-month period? I mean, Cadillac works in Atlanta, Birmingham, larger cities. But for a store like me, that's not a standalone Cadillac dealer, it doesn't work. What they're trying to do is make it to where, kind of like with Audi, where you only see a store every 250 miles. That's what they're trying to do with Cadillac. They're trying to make where there's a dealer in Atlanta, there's one in Nashville, there's one in Birmingham, there's one in Tampa, but there's all those ones in between are gone.
Wow.
So with the Hummer, it just didn't make mathematical sense because I knew I wasn't going to get a bunch of them. And I knew in South Alabama, it's not going to be an easy sell in the beginning. You know, in California, those things will go like crazy. In Texas, in Georgia probably, but in Alabama, I mean, first off, there's not a charging station within 100 miles of me. You know, so Alabama's just not accepted the whole hybrid thing yet.
So, I mean, obviously that's where the industry is going. Like, you know, Ford just came out with the Lightning that's full electric. They have the 3.5 EcoBoost that's a hybrid right now. Like when is it going to be compared? And I know people are like, oh, you can't compare the 5.0 and 3.5 because some swear the 3.5 is better than the 5.0 and vice versa. But when are they going to be comparable? Like, you know, if I get a 3.5 full size truck, when I turn it on, I want that dark roar, deep roar, like I would if I, you know, crank up a 5.0.
You're not going to get that. I mean, because it's kind of like, remember the old rice burner Hondas Preludes and stuff?
Yeah.
When they put you're just not going to get that same sound out of it. You can still get a decent sound. But like we put, what are those things called? The exhaust in the air on like a Colorado. And it's just a different sound. It's just more of a high pitch. You're not going to get that deep rumble you're going to get in that 5.0, that throttle back, deep sound. And you got to remember, all this goes back to the bailout money. Back in 08, 09, the only reason all this is really going on is in that initiative of all that money Obama gave was when they bailed out General Motors and the BK and all that, they had to agree to do this.
Oh, wow.
Because the Democrats were in office, and if they were going to do it, so that's why all this is going on right now anyway.
So because of the green thing, right? Green.
Exactly.
Okay,
it was part of the agreement when they took the money back in 2008, 2009.
I wish Hummer never would have went under.
Me too.
Man, honest to God, I would have probably bought a Hummer and never bought anything else.
I still love them, man. Those things, they're gas guzzlers like crazy, but they're mean machines.
Yeah, me and my buddy drove in his Hummer. He had a Hummer H2, and we had a bad storm here in Georgia. And the thing is, when it snows here, there's ice underneath, and then the snow will melt, and then you have like ice.
Yeah.
And like there was like F350s, Rams, GMCs, fully loaded, 4-inch lift on whatever. They were stuck. And we were literally riding around town with his Hummer, pulling people out.
Wow.
They were a beast. They still are a beast. And it hurt my soul when I saw Hummer come back and it was full electric.
But have you seen the specs on that thing, though? You're talking about badass. I mean, I think it's 1,000 horsepower. It's just crazy.
I've seen the specs on it.
But it's still electric.
When you drive it. See, me personally, I wouldn't mind buying an electric because honestly, I hate pumping gas. But the only thing that plays in the back of my mind is, let's say that I want to drive to Florida on vacation, right? Obviously, when I get to Florida, I got to stop and put gas in my truck, go in and pay or get a snack, most 5-10 minutes. Yeah. What I see now is like quick charge, like 45 minutes. I don't want to sit at a charge station for 45 minutes.
No, and I think that's the technology you see next. There's going to be, these charging packs you put in your trunk to go with you, just like luggage. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I think that's got, or they're going to have to be able to get, more than 300 miles out of a full charge, because that's just why it hadn't taken off here in Alabama, is because there's not enough places. And like you said, who has time to sit for 45 minutes in the middle of a trip?
Right. I don't, even if I had like 45 minutes, when I'm gone, I'm ready to get somewhere.
Me too.
I've been looking at used Dodge Ram 5500 and they want an arm, leg, kidney, and AIDS to first month. I agree. Everything's so expensive now. Jeep has to be the next best thing to a Hummer. The Bronco is badass.
They are, man, but there's something about, if you've never sat in a Hummer, they're so wide, that stance is just, it fills up the whole lane. Like, you can't swerve in a Hummer or you're going to hit something. You can't look at your phone in a Hummer. It takes up the absolute whole side. And that was what's so impressive, is it was just so wide. Like, you'd look at your buddy over there and you couldn't reach him.
It was like a tank.
Yeah.
Straight up
there. Jeep is just so narrow that you just don't get that same feel.
Whenever I drove the Hummer, we were in Atlanta, and like I was driving back. It was my first time driving a Hummer, I'm talking about like you said, like you can't swerve, you can't like let it slide to the left. You'll be in another lane, and like when people see a Hummer on the road, it's like an 18 wheel. Like people want to get the hell out of the way.
Yeah. Thanks, Jordan. Have a good night, brother. Appreciate you coming.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan. I appreciate you, man. Speaking of that, what time is it?
I know, man. It's almost midnight there.
Midnight. And I said I probably can't make it past 11.
I know, man. I'm gonna start doing them an hour earlier. I just Dave's got his at like 8, and I was trying not to interfere with anybody's. I was trying to pick a time slot that just worked, that's still going to get people in here. And I was trying to follow somebody, but I didn't want to be too late. But for guys on the East Coast, I know it gets late. I mean, you're talking about 10 o'clock. That's tough.
Dave starts at 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Right. It's an hour earlier.
Because people can leave, whenever Dave ends his stream, yours is starting up. So
yeah,
it's like watching, Raw and WCW,
yeah.
when one ends, you have another wrestling show to watch. So I like that.
Yeah. Or we can I say about 4 or 5 of us just all team up and do them all together. Then we don't have to worry about it.
That would be fun.
I wish they'd develop a way that when you do that, you could share the views on your channel. You know what I mean? Because I think that's the problem is I think guys would do that, but there's no way to do it and be fair. Because like if I jump on your channel and I want to grow my channel, it's, you know what I mean? That part of it, I think, is the problem. But I wish there was a way where it kind of helped everybody in the stream when it comes to the YouTube algorithm or whatever.
Yeah. YouTube is weird. I quit.
Hell with it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know it's midnight, but again, guys, don't forget till 9 o'clock Central Standard Time tomorrow, use Shark 15 on everything Copper John's to save 25% off. My suggestion is definitely pick up some of his new blend. It's definitely, for me, a better feeling beard than his old blend. Nothing wrong with it, but I get a better feel with this one. It could be the summertime. I don't know. I really like camellia oil that's in there. It's one of my favorite oils. So that's one reason I think I really, really enjoy it. And that Polys is really, or Polys, I don't really know, but really a good scent profile. I would definitely get one of his candles if you got a spouse or something, because she's really going to love it. The wash is a definite for sure. And his soaps. Honestly, nothing he makes is bad. Like every one of his scent profiles are enjoyable. His butter's nice. He's really got good quality products all the way around. It's a great company.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Copper John's. Yeah, Disney. That happened to me one time. I was sitting there literally shaping up my beard on YouTube Live, and some Twitch streamer rated my live stream, and like I had 5 in there at the time.
Really?
It went up to 75, 150, 500. And I was like, what in the world is going on? And and I guess they're like, he was telling people say hello, whatever. So I had people from different countries telling me hello and like much love and all this. And it was me and Brian, Beards and Banjo.
That's funny. I did not know. They hacked your stream.
They did. I was like, what's going on?
Hey, man, them gamers, buddy, you want to hack something. Those are the people to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, thanks, Wolf. I appreciate that, man. I agree. I've had a lot of fun. I hope he comes back and I'll do it again.
Anytime you want to have me on here, it's a pleasure, man. I had a blast.
Man, you're welcome anytime.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I like that sign behind you.
Yeah, so matter of fact, a lady that made it's really close to you. It'll I can get it to change with the music. It'll dance and change colors.
What?
Oh yeah. If I watch, I can put it on music mode. I think it'll do it to my voice. Yeah. So it'll change colors when I talk. So it's pretty cool. But you got to see it in the light. It's really cool in the light, the way she made it. It's glass with my logo behind it. And then it's got that that sheet metal around it that's diamond plated.
Yeah, that's so cool that it's like literally.
Yeah, It'll move to my voice,
I
music.
see that.
Mhm.
That's so cool.
It comes with an app on your phone. You can do it on your phone. But she actually is she's about 45 minutes from Rome, just over
Oh,
on the
really?
Tennessee line. Yeah.
Well, I may have to hit her up.
Yeah, the shark, she could do one with the shark. Really cool.
That'd be pretty cool. Where like the that would be so cool because I would get her to get where the shark approved, where it says shark approved. Look, it's even moving when I'm talking. How crazy
Yeah,
is that?
because of the voice. Yeah. I'll send you her info on Instagram.
Okay.
She's really, really talented. Really, really is. And she didn't charge me that much.
I'll have to hit her up because I definitely that's super cool.
One time, and he still may be doing it, but Luxurious Bastard reached out to me, and I gave him. He was going to do one in his new studio. I don't know if he ever did.
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be that's sick. That's super cool right there.
Well, when I get my studio finished, it'll be cool because I'll be sitting beside it, and the camera will be up higher. I'm getting these racing stools that sit up off the ground like 3 feet, and I'm going to redo the whole wall. And it's going to be pretty cool.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah. If I can make it that long, I might get banned before long, you know.
That's hilarious.
All right, man. Well, I know it's getting late. Again, guys, I just really want to thank everybody for tuning in. And let's remember, the only divisions in this screen, there's no division in this community unless we make it that way. And there's no reason to. You know, most of it's misunderstanding or the fact that you just never reached out to somebody and had a conversation with them. I mean, Mo and I have been in this industry around each other for about 3 or 4 years together, and we just had never had a long conversation. Once we did, we found out, hey, man, we really kind of like each other, you know?
Yeah,
so just do it. Just reach out to somebody, have a conversation, and any kind of BS that's going on between you and somebody else. Let's just be one. I love that saying when you post it that day. And I think that's what this community should be about. And there's no room for drama and you know,
I got so tired of it, man. I agree 100% with you. Like everything you just said, guys, 100%. Like, you know, quit being, you know, testosterone head, stubborn, you know, just reach out. Even if it ain't your fault, you know, you have beef with someone, reach out like, hey, what can we do to fix this? You don't have to love each other. You don't have to be best friends, you know, but be respectful towards each other. You know, there's only drama if you want it to be drama. There's only division if you want it to be division, you know? Yeah. That's just the way I look at it now.
My only complaint is like, don't block somebody before you have a conversation with them. Like, I get it. If you want to block somebody because they're putting something on your feed all the time or making dirty comments, there's reasons to block people. But if they're in the beer community and you're just blocking them and you never had a conversation with them, that's uncalled for. At least reach out to them, have the conversation that needs to be had, and then make a decision based on that. But that's where it all starts. We live in a cancel culture anyway, and there's just no reason for it. I mean, you know, if they're doing something wrong, saying something derogatory towards your family, again, I think that warrants a conversation one-on-one before just blocking and telling everybody else to block them and saying, don't buy from this company because they talk to this person. If you think about that, it's a little high schoolish, and we're all way out of that, you know, and I just think there's just no reason for it.
I agree. It's time for it to
and
stop.
We all have been guilty of it. We can sit here and lie and say different, but we've all had those conversations. I'm a man. I can say it. You know, I've got caught up in a conversation about something that was uncalled for. You know, stand up, you know, say something. You know, if you're in the middle of one of those conversations, you're not going to hurt anybody's feelings, but just say, hey, I see that guy a little differently. Let me tell you why. You know, I had a conversation with him and I learned that this, and this about him. And he's a great guy, you know, and I think that's the problems. We don't do enough of that just because we're just fearful we might either say the wrong thing. It may get taken wrong. And that's usually because we're doing it in a chat and not over the phone or video chat, because there's so much that gets lost in translation of words by text that you can pick up on in a conversation.
Right.
So,
oh, happy birthday, Native.
Absolutely, man. Happy birthday.
That's so cool, man. I appreciate you spending that time with. Yeah, man. Exactly everything that he just said, guys. Look, we're grown men. If you have a hair on your chest, hair on your face, you're a grown man. If your friend doesn't like somebody, that doesn't mean that you don't have to like them either. You know, if someone doesn't want to support one company, you know, you have your own right to support.
That's your prerogative.
Yeah, right. So I mean, like this whole, I'm not supporting such and such because such and such doesn't support. That's silly. You know, come on, guys, we're grown up. But I had an amazing time tonight. 100% amazing time.
Me too, man.
And I hope that everybody in the chat, guys, do me a favor, subscribe to Keith's YouTube channel. Amazing content. So y'all do that for me.
Thank you, man.
But that's all I got, dude.
Me too. I'm good. Only thing I got to say, just make sure you use, I'm about to use me some Shark 25 or Shark 15 to save 25. So make sure you do.
I mean, I appreciate you even doing that. It was all him, guys. It wasn't me.
Oh, man, that's what to me, that's what the community should be about. I mean, you know, here's my thought on it. We didn't talk about this, but there are a ton of discount codes out there. I mean, just a ton of them. So I'm not going to have any, but I want people that I'm friends with or that jump on the channel to use theirs because, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. I think they're great. I use them every time I buy something. I use somebody's code, right? Because I'm saving 15% and I'm still giving, look, the business, they wouldn't have them if they didn't want them to be used, right? So, you know, just that's me. And I just don't feel like one more code out there is doing the community any good. I feel like promoting somebody else's code to me is what the community needs. So the guys that are out there that are using codes already, I just feel like I can use theirs instead of throwing another one out there. You know, because I think when I was using them, sometimes I feel guilty if I use Shark 15 and I don't use somebody else's, you know? So it's just one of those, I don't want to put people in that situation. So I'm just going to use the codes that are already out there.
We're going to make you a code. It's going to be for OnlyFans only, guys. It's going to be 50% off.
Yeah. I'm going to give you all a code for cars. That's what I'm going to do.
There we go. Well, I'm sorry you had to hear it this way. Y'all are crazy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Literally, thank you so much for having me on here. I had a great time.
Oh, man, brother, you're welcome. Anytime. Please come back and we'll talk trucks this week. We're going to find you that truck, I promise you.
Duh.
Yeah. Hey, and Thursday night, guys, don't forget, I'm going to be on Daniel's channel Thursday night dropping the Jolly Old Fat Man's Haterade. So that's going to be fun.
I'm excited to see that scent. I'm 100% getting that scent.
Yeah, I promise you, you're going to want it. I promise you. There's no lavender. You're going to want it. Okay,
well, that count me in. First, hey, I'm the #1 customer right here.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll see y'all soon.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Take it easy.